Malaria is a life-threatening disease caused by a parasite called Plasmodium, transmitted via the bites of infected female Anopheles mosquitoes. The parasite moves from the mosquito to the more fertile human host, reproduces rapidly in the liver, and then infects the red blood cells. Red blood cells are responsible for carrying oxygen to organs of the body. But the presence of malaria disrupts this process, thereby starving vital organs of oxygen. Symptoms of malaria, which include fever, headaches, and vomiting, usually show up 10 days to 2 weeks after the bite. The World Health Organization reports that about 3.2 billion people are at risk of malaria, the most vulnerable being young children, pregnant women, and travelers who are not immune to the parasite. Increased efforts against the disease reduced new cases on a global scale by 37% between 2000 and 2015. It also reduced malaria death rates in children under 5 by 65%. How to consolidate on the gains against malaria is our focus today. Welcome to Big Story. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. In spite of laudable achievements against malaria, the WHO reports that about 214 million malaria cases were documented in 2015. Resulting in an estimated 438,000 deaths. Sub-Saharan Africa bears the highest burden in the world, with 89% of the infections and 91% of the deaths. In Nigeria, the challenge of malaria is particularly daunting because the mosquito thrives in hot, humid climates, which are readily provided in the tropics and preserved by lush greenery.
When you talk of the burden of malaria, especially in the world, 3 countries stand out that contribute more than 50% of the burden of the disease worldwide. Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, and I think Uganda. These 3 countries alone, when you look at the burden of the disease in Sub-Saharan Africa, contribute more than 70%. So, there should be a lot of focus on these 3 countries, especially Nigeria and Democratic Republic of Congo. So, and of course, we are, when you look at the vector that transmits the disease, are almost similar in those 3 countries. So I think, unfortunately, these are countries that are in different regions of Africa. Nigeria is in West Africa. Democratic Republic in Central Africa, and Uganda possibly in East Africa. And so you have you can throw a transit or possibly a transit across those 3 countries.
Dr. Yetunde Ayo Oyalowo is a senior partner for Preventive Health Managers. She organizes talks for companies to teach preventive health, but extends these talks to doctors around the country.
All doctors went to school at different times and were taught standards of practice at the different times they went to school. So everybody comes out of school with their own way of treating malaria. And you can have doctors graduating from maybe from the 60s up till now. And in medicine, you need to update your knowledge because people keep on researching, people keep on bringing new ways of doing things, new techniques, best practices, all here and there. So the thing is, you may be in your corner practicing medicine in a particular way, whereas what you're doing is outdated. You know, other medications may be out, better ways of doing things may be out, and that's why people need to come together and find out what's new about treating malaria. And also, you can be at your clinic, use a particular drug, and see a reaction. Each individual is different. That's why I say you can't know it all. What you do for A may not work for B, even though they told you the same things and they presented with the same symptoms.
Many people are familiar with some preventive measures which can help keep malaria at bay, but some things need more than just personal effort.
Then we need to tell them how you can avoid mosquitoes, which is very tough. We've told people you need to sleep under insecticide-treated nets. And time again, we found out that a lot of people do not sleep under it. And the reason being, they tell you the environment is so hot, there's no light, how do I sleep under the net? So that's the major barrier. Then we also tell people that we also tell them about vector control, about clearing their drainages, stagnant water, and we also meet another lock there where they tell you they don't have full control of their environment. They tell you, hey, I live in a block of 8 flats and there are drainages running all around the house. I'm not responsible to doing all of this, you know. So that's another way. Then even the environment, the tropics, you know, there is a little you can do about the ponds, the ditches that you find around. So it's difficult to control the environment. So we say, okay, having known that, we talk also about the using the sprays, you know, and like I was telling you before, that we found out that there is the mosquitoes are beginning to get resistant to the sprays, and there's a lot of research and study going on this.
Ajegunle in Ikorodu is a community where inhabitants would say the situation is beyond them. Drains pass between houses and mosquitoes breed freely in stagnant water. This woman says her best efforts to protect her children have not been enough.
Mosquito very too much.
The mosquitoes are just too many. I use a net and sprinkle local poison to keep them away and kill them. I even use mosquito coils. It doesn't help much.
And the mosquito very too much for this Ajegunle.
Her neighbor echoes the same sentiments.
This place is not okay. Even there is no gutter. The road is not okay. Maybe you come around 7 o'clock, you will see how mosquito is full this place. We don't want only nets. It can't prevent the mosquito. Let government do something. Its dirt is too much. The gutter cannot flow.
Most in the community agree that this canal is the major cause of their woes.
I said the canal is not properly channeled. I learned that the federal government was one who done the canal, but it's not properly channeled. Provided if they will come and reconstruct it, they channel it very well.
What happens?
This place, during the rainy season, everywhere is flooded. Everywhere. There is no house that this flooding will not affect.
Only a makeshift bridge constructed by the residents